Go ahead and turn these things off really quick so you guys are capable of hearing me clearly. We're not even doing an intro today, man. We are getting straight into this. Though, then again, I guess that was technically an intro, wasn't it? Welcome back to the garage, man. Today we're picking up on this trunk. This thing is in rough shape. So this and the hood is basically the last big things that we need to complete and be able to finally see what this thing looks like as a complete car again. All right, so the big issue with this trunk is the fact that it is carbon fiber and this tip right here is damaged pretty bad. So I did not go and buy material because I actually have this stuff right here. I'm gonna try this and see how it works out. But before we get to applying that stuff, I want to do the majority of the work that we need to do to this thing. I need to get the clear coat all sanded down. I got to get this all feathered out. I need to clean it. You know, step one is to blast all the damn dust and dirt off of it because, again, it's been sitting in my backyard and it's kind of monsoon around here. Kind of monsoon. Why? Dude, it's so hot out here, I can't even talk. It is monsoon season around here. Okay. You must be turned back on, my friend. As you too. I am going to try to get this license plate holder off. If anything, I want to at least leave that carbon fiber. So it looks to me like there is a bolt there, and I saw a couple, oh, right here. There's a bolt there and a bolt there, but I don't know if there's only 3 that'll hold that thing on. There's nothing up here in the top corners or what. Alright, I got this thing all cleaned up and I got it disassembled. Luckily that thing came off, dude. I was actually really stoked about that. I mean, you could tell that it came off, but I didn't know if it was like glued on or something, you know? Anyhow, I have this thing supported up on some 4x4s, so as I am putting pressure on this, I'm not creating more damage on the corner or potentially damaging this corner. What I'm wanting to do here is try to kind of knock this stuff down and feather all of this out right now, because once I do fix this corner, I don't want to have to do all this crazy sanding and being all aggressive and moving this thing around a lot, because I don't want to risk damaging that corner again. So the DA sander that I normally use is this guy right here, and if you look at how thick the pad is on this, it's not very thick, so that makes this a lot stiffer. It does have a little bit of a squish to it, but not nearly as much as this one. So I have 2 separate DAs for that reason. Since the trunk is actually carbon fiber, or even if you're sanding on fiberglass, you want to have a little bit more squish, you know what I mean? Because this area right here, it is flat, but as you start to come up here and it like concaves up, you want to try to avoid digging in too hard, because since this is not a steel trunk, it will absolutely leave indents and you'll take more material away than what you want to. Alright, so the idea here is I'm going to apply this stuff and I'm going to allow it some time to dry. So I want to get, that's kind of why I started on the trunk, because I want to get this stuff on there and then let it dry. And I'll check on it every once in a while if I need to dab it a little bit more, you know what I mean? But while that's drying and setting up and we're adding or whatever, I want to start working on the hood. So at least while we're working on the hood, this is having some time to dry. So to show you guys a little bit more of a close-up of what's going on this corner, basically the entire shape is there. The thing is that it's been bent, so it no longer has any rigidity to it. It flexes, and these 2 pieces came unattached from one another. So my idea is to get this resin kind of buried inside of there and try to glue these pieces back to one another. I'm gonna have to use like a stick or something to prop up on my workbench and just hold this up like that. It just literally needs to be held up like that so that it can dry. and then obviously cover the entire top with some of this resin. I just have to get this thing stiff to where it doesn't move around anymore. That's what she said. And then we can kind of sand it a little bit and put a little bit of body filler here to kind of help shape it and whatnot. Of course, it's not going to be perfect, dude. I'm trying to do the best that I can with what it is I've got here. You know what I'm saying? All right, I'm going to try to get my stick ready here for holding this guy up. Something about there. I'm going to use one of my paint cups to mix this stuff because I don't really have anything else. And another thing is I'm going to have to apply this stuff with the mixing stick because I also don't have a paintbrush. I wasn't very prepared for this, but we'll get through it. Alright, so it says you need 10 drops of this hardener for every ounce of resin. So I don't know if this is an ounce or not, but I'm just guessing. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It also says it's not going to make it dry faster if you put too much, and it can mess up the mixture. So that's very reassuring. Alright, so I got a bunch of that resin in between the layers, and I have the sticks holding this up where it needs to be. So if you look over here on this side, this thing isn't just straight. It just has a slight concave upwards, especially right here at this last few inches. Last couple inches right there. Oh, my kidding, buddy. That's like 8 inches right there, man. I'm just kidding. Anyhow, so yeah, that's the reason why I have the sticks just kind of holding it up. And with all that stuff sandwiched in between, and then I put a layer on top as well. And what I'm going to do is keep an eye on this stuff as it starts to thicken, because as this stuff starts to harden, it gets thicker and it turns into kind of like a glue. Well, I mean, a thicker glue. So as this stuff starts to get a little bit thicker, I'm going to use it on top and just basically just dab it on top so I can start creating some volume right there. And just to thicken that up. Anyhow, while we're waiting on that, let's go get started on this hood. All right, so we are going to be using our cheap little Harbor Freight laser for this. This thing's going to come in really handy for what it is we're going to do right now. This thing is magnetic, but I don't have any metal up here, so I'm going to have to go ahead and clamp a piece of steel up here to my rafter, kind of in line with where the exhaust is going to be. So just to let you guys know, the cheaper laser pointer, laser level, whatever you want to call it, from Harbor Freight, it really isn't very bright. So I have to kind of turn off the majority of my lights in here so I'm capable of even seeing the damn thing. Anyhow, so now I have the laser up there and I'm gonna need this center point, but right now I just have the one that's going this direction going straight into the center of the two pipes. So now what we need to do is basically pull the car up to where this point right here is, for the most part, in the middle of the two pipes. We don't have to worry about it being like perfectly centered or anything like that, because we're going to make a template for where the laser is, and I'll show you that as we go along. So yeah, now just pull the car up, and then we got to do something before we even get started. All right, I'm going to put a piece of tape going across the two exhausts because I want to pull the car up until I can see the point. Just barely touch that tape. I know the exhaust is going to get hot, so I got to try to do this relatively quickly. You know, it just dawned on me I could simply push the car. Alright, so now before we even get started, I have to say Dylan did an amazing job on these teardrops, but there is one problem. This one especially comes extremely close. From what I can tell, just setting the hood up here, it comes really close to the edge of the hood back here, and I don't want it to be ridiculously close like that. So I'm actually going to go ahead and shorten this teardrop a little bit, but I'm just going to shorten both of them. I'm just going to take these tips off because they really don't need to be that sharp of a tip. So I'm just going to knock that off and then reshape it to where it still has a nice look to it. I ain't gonna lie, brother, I think that the egg shape is better than the teardrop anyhow. We got chickens around here, right, babe? Yes, ma'am. Anyhow, so now the idea is I'm just going to stretch tape over both pipes. And then I have to outline the edge of the pipe onto that tape. And then wherever it is that this X is landing on the tape, I'm just going to mark the X on the tape. And that's it. So then the laser is literally sitting in the vertical and horizontal lines that are on the tape, and then the pipes themselves are marked on the tape. So then all we have to do is take the pipes off and then put the hood on, and then that piece of tape that we made, we just have to line up the vertical and horizontal line, and then right wherever these are sitting is right where it is we need to cut it out of the hood. If that makes sense. I hope I explained that correctly. So I decided, since I don't have any transfer tape right now, that's the reason why there's no stickers on the website, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and make a sheet of tape on this piece of cardboard so I could peel it all up at one time. Gotta make sure all these pieces of tape are stuck to one another really well. We don't want them separating. Alright, now that's our line that we need to line our laser up to. I figured I'll go ahead and draw it now instead of trying to draw it where the laser is sitting. We'll actually use this piece of tape and line the tape up to the laser and then stick it to the pipes. Alright, there it is, man. So our template is on there. As you can see, the laser is landing directly on my horizontal and my vertical line. It doesn't matter if it's centered or level or anything like that. I have a line on my template and the laser is sitting on it. It looks a little wonky down there on the end because it's sagging down, that's it. But if you hold it up straight, it lines up. And the important part is right here. I went ahead and I traced the pipes. So now I know exactly where the pipes are at in relation to that line. So literally what we do now is go ahead and peel this up because we are done making our template. So now we can remove the exhaust pipes, and as long as the laser stays exactly where it's at and the car stays exactly where it's at, take the pipes off so that we're capable of installing the hood. We'll go ahead and put the hood on there, and then with the laser is going to be shining down on the hood, of course. All I have to do is line up that vertical and horizontal line with the laser, and then right where these egg shapes are at is where the pipes need to be cut, where the holes need to be cut. Put that over here for safekeeping and get my lights on in here. I don't even know what's holding that damn exhaust on. Alright, there it is, man. So theoretically that should be right where the holes need to be, because our laser is sitting right on our horizontal and vertical line. Bang bang, and that is right where the holes were without the hood there, so well, right where the pipes were. Well, there it is, man. That actually came out pretty damn close. But honestly, I think it's a little too close. So I did cut the holes kind of the size of the pipe, and I do think that they need to be slightly oversized at least, so that hopefully the exhaust isn't just burning the hood whenever it's coming out, you know what I mean? So yeah, that is pretty damn good, if I do say so myself. The laser method definitely worked. Like I said, we need to oversize it a little bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that done. I went ahead and just went around this thing with a nice even line with a paint marker, just so I know, like, I have a line to follow. And I am gonna go around with just a pair of the yellow handled tin snips and basically just follow that line as close as I can, just cutting a little bit at a time. All one cut. All right, I think that is about as good as I'm gonna get it. Honestly, I think it came out really nice, man. I've never done this before. I was thinking about it, and surprisingly, that's the first time I've ever cut a hood exit exhaust. I've actually done a plate on Junior's old hatch, but the hood was already cut, and it was a giant cut all the way around the pipe. It wasn't cut clean like that, so I had to make a plate for it, obviously. But the goal here was to be able to cut this without having to have a plate at all. I hope that that is enough clearance that it's not going to burn the paint. Anyhow, I do need to clean the cut up. I gotta pull the hood back off, and well, as you guys know, we gotta sand this whole entire thing and get it ready for paint. So during that process, I am going to just deburr this edge. But yeah, look at that, nice even gap all the way around. It looks like it's a little wide right here, but like I said, whenever I pull it off, I'm just gonna make sure to complete this to make sure it's a nice rounded edge there and it swoops clean. I won't need the hood on the car to do that. This one the same way, nice and clean. So I think the laser really helped tremendously with a good starting point anyhow. And then we just slightly oversized it from there, and the hood opens with zero issues. I went ahead and I trimmed some of the support back here, but the thing is if I would have left those tips on there, I would have had to cut this a lot further back into here. So with where it's at now, I was able to leave that flat portion there, so it's nice and strong back there still. I also rounded all the corners on this all the way around. If you see, all the corners are all rounded, even up here. So that came out really clean. I don't know if I'm gonna paint the backside of the hood or not. I was kind of thinking about it. It would look better if the backside of the hood was white, wouldn't it? Throw it in the comments if you guys want the backside of the hood freaking white, man. I think I'm running out of paint again. I might have to go and grab another gallon. Dude, honestly, do you guys think the paint, like, another thing I'm kind of thinking, it's just a thought here. I think the hood would kind of look good black. But no, it's got to be white, right? I mean, whenever a hood is black, it just has a look like you bought a Certifit hood and you haven't painted it yet. I mean, am I correct? Or do you think it would look good black? And it would be a satin black, the same as all the trim and everything. I don't know. Put in the comments also what it is you guys think. So I know that I said that I would be trying to put a part on this Camaro in every single video, and I'm not trying to make excuses here, but I just gotta tell you guys, sometimes these videos take me all day long, and by the time I'm wrapping something up in order to go in and edit it for you guys, it's like it dawns on me then. I'm like, oh crap, a part for the Camaro. But dude, I need to rush in there and edit so I can get this video up today. I'm sorry. I know it sounds like I'm making an excuse. I guess I am. But, you know what? We'll go ahead and throw something on it today. I know this one's kind of rinky-dink, and maybe you might even call it cheating. But, this is the rubber seal for the back here. I want to throw this on so that at least this section is now waterproof, you know what I mean? We got brand new seals for the doors and for the rear hatch. So I figured for the sake of putting something on the car in today's video, we'll at least go ahead and throw this guy on here. Brand spanking new rubber. Smell it. Smell it. Oh yeah, baby! All right. There it is, brand spanking new rubber seal going all the way around. I was actually surprised it was a little long. I hope this was for the rear hatch. I'm kidding. Yeah, I ended up having to cut it. We put the seam down here because it just seems like it makes more sense, because that up there is actually capable of like filling with water, like whenever you wash the car or it rains or something. So I don't know, I think that the plastic panel down here might, no, that's not going to cover that. Either way, I think it's better for the seam to be down here. But there it is, man. That is a part on the Camaro. Now will this thing still shut? Oh, I need 2 hands to shut this damn thing. These shocks are no joke.
Hopefully the ones for the hood aren't that good.
Oh my lord.
God, it's a more of watch your jaw if it doesn't lock the first time.
Yeah. Oh, for real. Watch this thing. I guess it doesn't shoot up, but it definitely opens all on its own.
Oh yeah. I think it just needs to be used a little bit, and then it will get that.
It actually feels like it shuts a little easier now.
Yeah.
Which is weird. I thought it was going to be harder with the seal in there. All right, back in here. I wanted to show you guys that this actually dried up nice and hard. So that came out pretty good, man. I'm just gonna have to sand that and probably reshape it a little bit, add a little bit more of that on top just to kind of build it up. So that's what we're gonna do right now. I want to sand that a little bit, and yeah, like I said, and also I noticed that there's another spot over here that is like cracked and the whole gel coat is missing from the outside. So I'm gonna try to build some of that up as well. My goodness, look at all of this shit. Look at that big old I-beam. You're good. Braven's just getting back from one of his junk jobs. He's just gonna park this whole thing back here and take it to scrap metal tomorrow. You're good. I mean, you can go a little farther, but won't the gate shut there? Yeah, if you go any farther, I gotta walk all the way around the front of your truck.
Oh yeah.
Every time I leave the booth. We keep these tires out here to hold this damn gate open so the wind doesn't smack one of our cars, you know? And those things have literally been there for like 8 months and nobody takes them. Alright, I'm going to mix some more of this stuff up, and I have my tape set up here in a way to where I can just kind of pour it. It's just going to fill this all in, kind of like a mold, I don't know, for lack of a better term. So the idea is to fill that all up to where it's going to be larger than what it needs to be, so then I can come back and sand it back down to the shape that it needs to be at, you know. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, to give you guys a close-up of that. So this is like leaning to where whatever it is I pour in here, it's gonna fill up this corner and just build some more mass there, because that's still pretty low because there was a large chunk missing out of that. Yep, that's probably a little too high. Whatever, bro. It'll sand off. So I've also got a spot right here on the back by the tail light. I also want to fill that spot in because the gel coat is actually missing all the way down to the actual carbon fiber. Yeah, this is probably completely the wrong way of doing this, but you know what? It is what it is. I'm learning here, okay? But don't worry, I'm gonna peel that and I'll sand it with you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and end this here. In the next video, we should be able to have all of this stuff done and have all of the final pieces put onto the car so we can finally see what this car is gonna look like complete. This needs to dry. Gotta finish shaping that and everything, and hopefully everything goes well, and then we'll be able to primer this, get it painted. The only thing I gotta do to the front bumper is mask this off and paint the grille black. And as you guys know, we got the hood cut finally for the exhaust. Already fit it, everything is good. I need to kind of clean this cut up a little bit, and then we have to strip all this vinyl off, get this thing sanded down. There is a dent right here. I need to fix that. What I'm gonna do is flip it over and try to kind of hammer that out from the backside. I'm sure I'm gonna need a little bit of filler there. Yeah, dude, and then we'll be able to get that thing sprayed. So next video, the goal is to get the hood done, get the trunk done, get the front bumper done, get them installed on the car, and then the car will be done. Anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please do, of course, smash the like button for me, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Later. Don't forget, every $5 you spend at DEADBEATGARAGE.com is going to get you an entry towards winning this car. There are a lot of things to choose from. This is the Panda EK shirt, and of course the Drag Your Ass 4 Bangin' Drag Racer. And I really like this one, man. This is the Garage Blend t-shirt. And there's a lot of other stuff on the website too. You got to go check it out for yourself, man. And every $5 you spend is going to get you an entry. We're going to be picking a winner as soon as this car is done, and it's almost there.